Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another extraordinary night of art. Today, we're diving into the intriguing world of the Dark Lord, Mephistopheles. More specifically, the predicament of selling your soul to the devil. That question was once captured in art and offered us a real problematic situation. But our setting today isn't Europe, it's India, where this devilish character stands. Join us as we explore the history and symbolism behind this dark and mysterious work of art. Imagine being a great intellectual who has spent his entire life perfecting and researching his beliefs, a correct, moral, and full of wisdom person, but eventually you realize that the life goal you thought was actually not what you were looking for. You still feel as miserable as you did at the beginning, and suddenly, in the middle of an identity crisis, temptation appears. A powerful but evil being wants to make a deal with you. This is how the plot of Faust begins. Written between 1772 and 75, the famous work of the German writer Goethe. A story based on this double statue, where we can see the two main characters of the plot. On the one hand, we have the devil Mephistopheles, standing in contrapposto, proudly erect, aristocratically dressed, with his hands behind his body and a robe of wisdom, and behind we have poor Margaret, or Gretchen, the woman Faust ends up falling madly in love, in a shy and sad posture. French artists who create this statue managed to put us, the spectators, in the same position as Faust, being tempted and about to sell our souls to the devil. The deal consists the devil is obligated to give Faust everything he asked for. While he lived, he could ask for everything he wanted, and in exchange, Faust was going to serve the devil in the afterlife. The deal ends when the devil could give Faust a moment so beautiful that he wanted to last a lifetime. If that happened, Faust was going to die immediately. For that reason, Faust tried to enjoy the trip, but without getting too attached to anything, in order to never have to die, and to be able to enjoy all the pleasures that the devil was going to give him, without ever having to lose his life. An allegory of trying to outwit destiny, or the dark forces controlling it, outwit death.
Es war ein König in Thule, gar treu bis an das Grab.
Eventually, and as expected, the plot becomes complicated, since Faust falls madly in love with Margaret, a beautiful woman who crosses our protagonist's life. Immediately, Faust asks Mephistopheles for help to make Margaret fall in love with him. Along the way, many misfortunes happen, as Margaret's family is destroyed by the evil hand of Mephistopheles. In addition, Margaret ends up pregnant. Faust, upon learning about this and knowing that he could not get close or get very excited about Margaret, in order not to have a moment that will make him want to live forever, he is forced to abandon his beloved Margaret and his future son. This was, of course, a very difficult decision. Margaret, upon learning of Faust's abandonment, in her desperation decides to get rid of her son, and with that ends up in jail, accused of murder. Faust tries to free her from prison, but it's already too late. Margaret refused to escape and has fallen into madness. Finally, Margaret dies in Faust's arms. This is the powerful message this masterpiece has. Summarizes the entire dilemma of the plot. In front of us, we have the devil ready to make a deal with us, but behind, in an image that can only be seen thanks to the enormous mirror that is behind, we can appreciate the true price of our decision, which is the loss of the love of our lives. The devil offers to give you everything you want, but the true price is to take away what you really love. Margaret's trapped and melancholic expression perfectly represents this dilemma. Tell me, if you were Faust, what would you do? Have you ever thought about this? Will you sell your soul to the devil? You could have all the worldly and carnal pleasures you wish, whether it's right or wrong, moral or immoral, legal or forbidden, you can have it all. But the true price the devil wants is to take away the only thing you really love. Tell me, will you make the deal? Do you think you could fool the deceiver, cheat fate and take advantage of it, win the game of life in the most dangerous way possible? What would you do? Stand in front the most dark statue ever made? Will you sell your soul to the devil? This is the legacy of the devil statue, Mephistopheles